Galway football. Big decision, obviously, to step down.
Yeah, it was, Michael. It wasn't. We played better against Mayo. The scoreline was similar in both games, but just personally, I feel that we played a bit better against them, and obviously they beat us. Whereas I felt we left a little bit behind us against Kerry. We could have played a little bit better against Kerry.
Vital man Joe for Kerry, James O'Donoghue. There was all kinds of rumours the last couple of days that he might be out injured, a shoulder problem. But Eamon Fitzmaurice, the Kerry manager, assures us that he will play.
Well, I mean, he's critical to Kerry. Kerry's game plan is based around O'Donoghue. You know, the other forwards rotate away from him, and as Alan will tell you, the whole purpose is to try and create space for him in and around that 21-yard line area where he then terrorises the opposition. He's like the Luis Suarez of Gaelic football, I suppose, without the taste for human flesh.
There's confirmation of the team, by the way.
Well, I mean, I thought that Fitzmaurice looked a wee bit uncertain when he was being asked about him, and, you know, there are really a lot of Kerry people were saying to me this morning, look, that he really is struggling with his shoulder. But he is critical to them. I mean, their game plan, in a way, I mean, it's a huge achievement for Fitzmaurice to do what he has done so far, because he's got the most limited group of players left in the championship. And here they are playing a blanket defence with two sweepers, very un-Kerry-like, so he's got the courage to do that. And it's all based around O'Donoghue up front, and he has created a very clever game plan around O'Donoghue and creating those easy, well, they're not easy scores, but creating the platform for him to do what he can do. And without O'Donoghue, if there is a problem with him today, I think that would be fatal.
We do know, Colm, that there are changes on the Mayo team.
Yes, and I'm talking about James O'Donoghue, of course, it's a throwback to Mayo last year with Cillian O'Connor, who had shoulder problems. Will he, won't? He turned out he played in the All-Ireland final. He wasn't right. He had to have an operation. Any small injury in an All-Ireland semi-final tends to get exposed at this level, particularly in Croke Park. Like, even falling on the ground is going to be difficult.
Andy Morden out of the team, Alan Freeman in, that's one of the changes.
Yeah, I'd say that both sides have seemed to me to pick teams for the last 15 minutes just as much as the first 15 minutes. I think Kerry have loaded their team so that they have a whole range of subs to come on the second half. Like, they haven't started Declan O'Sullivan, who was brilliant in the two games, particularly in the Munster final. Like, they're going to have Kieran Donaghy to bring on, Barry John Keane. Killian Young has been left off as well. Now, Mayo, I don't think, have the same panel, but Chris Parrott struggled badly in the quarter-final. I don't think...
And he is the other change. Joe Gibbons coming in for him.
Yeah, he's not. Jason Gibbons, he's not going to play in the back, so I don't know whether Tom Caniff might go in a corner back, and it would have a much more solid-looking full back line, where Mayo have struggled if they have Caniff, Cafferty and Higgins. I think that would be a good full back.
It will, but then, Alan, you start changing around the team. Is that a good idea? Well,
I'd say that they probably knew this, you know, prior to... We only found it out 10 minutes ago, but the Mayo guys would have known this, and obviously it does look more balanced with Jason going into midfield and Donald Vaughan going back into the half-back line. And to me, that looks a more... balanced Mayo side than the one that was originally picked.
Yeah, fair enough. What about the midfield battle? That's going to be fairly crucial, do you reckon?
Yes, and I think Mayo kind of shaded around that. Not necessarily the two midfielders, but obviously the three half-backs, half forwards there. Mayo have a power and a strength there in midfield that we struggle to come to terms with. When you bring out Aidan O'Shea into that midfield as well. So, you know, that's where Kerry are going to have to try and win their ball. Obviously, if they can gain anything near parity around the middle of the field, they have the forwards to do it.
All right, Alan. OK, let's pose the question to you.
James Horn, will they indeed double mark James O'Donoghue? Will Jason Gibbons play at midfield? Who will indeed play in that full back line? Tom Carr?
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's the double marking. I think it's crucial at this stage, Marty, that teams have a man that they can actually mark a man. Jason Gibbons certainly will play at midfield. James O'Donoghue will need to be marked, but whoever's marking him will need to sacrifice his game at the other end of the pitch. It's Aidan O'Shea who's going to mark him, and will they sacrifice their game?
It's the first of the All-Ireland football semi-finals on. David Moran gets it in for Stephen O'Brien, and that is over the crossbar. This is a good young talent. He scored a spectacular goal in the Allianz League in Castlebar, and he's a man to watch. O'Brien is his name. He's from always. Taken, Kevin McLaughlin. Goes long to Alan Freeman. Gets the first touch. Shane Enright did well, good handling. Mark O'Shea loses possession, is chipped back, there's a chance. Freeman is available to his right. This is Alan Dillon, and this is over the bar.
Really great score by Alan Dillon, but it was the challenging for the ball, and again it's the tackling, Marty, which was going to be so important today. Great flick back. Alan Dillon turned, wanted to go on his right, turned back on his left, kicked a great confident score.